Hey guys, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button if you like this video. With that, let's get into it. You and Aizawa have been dating for 3 months, but it seems like he never shows any emotions, and that really concerned you. You wanted to know more about him, but it seemed like you were at a dead end. He was a difficult person by nature, choosing not to show his emotions to others or mention them at all. And even though he wasn't guarded with you, he simply didn't show any type of emotion, except for one: stress. That was one emotion you were used to Aizawa showing, and to say that was not really good now that you think about it. You've known him for a long time, but that was the only thing he seemed to ever show. Yes, he was a hero, and he was responsible for teaching the new generation of heroes, but that didn't mean he had to be stressed 24/7. He always seemed to feel guilty, responsible, and stressed about everything around him. And while he knew that the guilt he harbored towards himself because of the death of his friend Shirakumu had taken a huge toll on him, he knew it wasn't fair. He was just a child, a teen, and he was not responsible. If anything, it was the system's fault. But when you told him that, he told you that this was why he was stressing out about the new generation of heroes in Class 1A, because he wanted to make sure they were safe and don't die a horrible death the way his friend did. Ever since then, and for the past few weeks, you had been trying everything you could to cheer him up. You tried cooking, getting him a gift, being affectionate, showing him a movie that he should love, everything in between. And while he seemed to appreciate that, and it even lifted up his spirits a little, he just didn't seem to be happy. And you wanted so badly to see a look of happiness on his sorrowful face. You knew that he kept a lot of things hidden from you, and that he didn't mean it. It was simply his nature. And while he has been trying to be more talkative and tell you more about himself like you should, he wasn't that good at that yet. After all, you two were going slow, and Aizawa was not really good when it came to things like that. After all, you were his first relationship, so you decided not to judge him for that. You had then asked Mike, his best friend, and someone who knew Aizawa from his childhood, and thus he tells you about Aizawa's weakness: cats. Just one word, and one thing you haven't thought of. How could you have missed that? Of course cats would cheer anyone up. And someone like Aizawa, it really suited him. So, you had a genius idea. You bought a few kittens, and cats too. And from then on, your plan commenced. You went to his house in the morning and found small spaces where you could hide the kittens. The next day, you got all of the kittens and put them in those empty spaces. Thankfully, they were asleep, and you were hoping they wouldn't move too much or wake up before he comes. And now we play the waiting game, you told yourself. as he hid in his apartment and waited for him to come, not knowing that you or the cats were there. A few hours later, you heard the door close and a tired sigh echoed throughout the house. He put his sleeping bag down and lay down on the couch tiredly as he mumbled some things about his plans for tomorrow and what he should do with this problem child. You sighed fondly and then clapped a hand over your mouth, remembering not to make noise. You peeked around the wall and then saw him lean down and search for his slippers. And what did he find? Not one, but two cats, one in each slipper. He looked at them, dumbfounded, staring at the cats awkwardly for a while, before he picked them up and hugged them close, stroking their fur gently before laying back down.
"What are you doing here?
He said, as he hugged them tighter, but was sure to be careful and not to crush them in the hug. He then put them down on the couch and strolled around the house, careful and unsure, until he found two more underneath the table. And from then on, he continued his search, going around the house, and every time he'd come back to the couch with more and more cats than he knew what to do with. At the end of it all, he was laying down on the couch with small kittens all over him, and his expression was the most peaceful you had ever seen it to be. "So, do you like them?" You came out from behind the wall, smiling.
I had a feeling it was you, and why'd you do it?
You seemed upset, but it seemed like you like it. You know, this one reminds me a lot of you. He picked up a tiny black cat. The owner of the shop told you about it. He said it was tired and sleepy most of the time, and it wasn't the type to move around a lot. You chuckled softly at this and got it, and now you put it around his neck. It's sleepy, just like you. He chuckled softly before patting your hair and giving you a kiss on the cheek.
I don't know what I'd do without you, sweetheart.
Well, you'd still keep being amazing, you know? I love you just the way you are. Just rest, okay? You need that. You're not responsible for everything that happens in the world, but you're responsible to stay safe. At least, for my sake. Alright?
Fine.
Great. I'll order pizza right now. You sleep here with the rest of the kittens. Like the big cat that you are, you got up and went to make dinner. However, you did not miss a blush on his cheeks. Thank you guys for listening. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. I hope you enjoyed listening to this as much as I did making it. Anyway, goodbye.